students, in last lecture we have studied meaning and introduction part of microeconomics, and we have also discussed the scope and subject matter of microeconomics. In today's lecture we will discuss about the features of microeconomics and importance of microeconomics. A quick revision of last lecture. We have already discussed that micro means small. It came from Greek word micros, M-I-K-R-O-S, which means small. The first time these two concepts, micro and macro, were introduced by Ragnar Frisch. Then in scope we have studied that it covers factor pricing, pricing of goods and services, welfare economics, efficiency. We have made that chart also. Now let's start with the features of microeconomics. We have studied the distinguished part. Few points have been covered here also. Let's see the first point. Study of individual units. Remember one thing, individual is important term in microeconomics. Individual units means we are going to study our focus is on individual part. And macroeconomics we consider aggregate part. Now our first feature says that it is study of individual units. Obviously microeconomics consider the particular firm, particular household, individual firm, particular price. So it covers study of individual units. Then next is price theory. Price theory, why it is called price theory? Remember this, microeconomics is called as price theory. Why it is called price theory? Because we have discussed this in scope and subject, because it deals with determination of pricing of goods and services. Goods and services. How the pricing of goods and services takes place? Pricing of any goods or services is based on analysis of demand and supply. Correct. Pricing of goods and services is determined by analysis of demand and supply. Also it considers the pricing of factors of production. Students, do you remember what are the four factors of production? Land, labor, capital and entrepreneur. Land gets rent, labor, wages, capital, interest, and entrepreneur will get profit. So whatever the return they get, for that purpose we need to study microeconomics. That's why microeconomics is called price theory, because it deals with determination of pricing of goods and services and factors of production. Next point, slicing method. Why it is called slicing method? As I have given you an apple example. We can eat the apple in two ways. Either we can cut it into small pieces, slices, or you can eat whole. So when you are making small pieces of it and eating each piece separately, that comes under microeconomics. That's why microeconomics is called as slicing method. Why? What it do in microeconomics? We cut. We cut means we split, we divide the economy into small part and study each part separately. That's why it is called as slicing method. Then it is based on certain assumptions. Assumptions means what? Whenever I want to prove something, I am going to assume few things. For example, if I am going to college, I am assuming some things in my mind. की particular lecture असणार आहे, मग मी बुक्स कॅरी केले आहेत, किंवा घरी जाताना किंवा घरी असणार आहेत सगळे. एनिथिंग यू अज्यूम, काहीतरी प्रत्येक वेळेला इन होल डे यू अज्यूम फ्यू थिंग्स. सो इन इकॉनॉमिक्स ऑल्सो whenever they want to prove something, they assume few things. So it is based on certain assumption. Let's see what are these assumptions. I am reading it. It is in textbook. Microeconomics assumes laissez-faire policy. Laissez-faire policy. Pure competition, etc., which do not exist in reality. Now difficult term is laissez-faire policy. Laissez-faire policy means what? Free from government. Also, most of the theories are based on ceteris paribus. Ceteris paribus means other things being constant. In next few lectures, we will start with the laws. There you will understand what is the ceteris paribus. Ceteris paribus means whenever you are proving any law, you have to assume some things are constant, then and then only I am able to prove this law. So there are some assumptions. Remember, when we will start with second, third topic, law of demand, utility, then there you can come to know about the laws. What are the laws? Law in economics. But before that, this concept, only remember few things that certain assumptions means म्हणजे काहीतरी डिसाइड करायचं की हे असेल तर हे प्रूव्ह होणार आहे आणि हे assumptions कोणते आहेत तर अगेन आय एम रीडिंग इट ceteris paribus meaning है other things being constant. Then we have full employment, perfect, even though these assumptions in reality not possible. For example, we are saying perfect competition. In reality, it is not possible. Full employment, it is also not possible. Still, while proving the law, we have to assume. So, in features, we say that it is based on certain assumption. Next is analysis of market structure. Market structures mean we have monopoly. We have to study all these types of market. I will just give one line explanation of it. Monopoly, mono means single, poly means seller. So we have monopoly. Some markets have monopoly, some markets have monopolistic competition, some have perfect competition. Oligopoly is just like monopoly, only the thing is that there are few players. For example, take the example of Bharat Gas, HP Gas, Indian, or you can take example of petroleum industries. There are few players, that is called oligopoly. Duopoly means only two players. So these different market structures are studied in microeconomics. That's why analysis of market structure. Next is limited scope. It relates to the in-depth study of tree and not the study of the whole forest. Remember this. We are considering only tree and not the forest, because we are focusing on individual particular term, and when we talk about forest, then it comes under macroeconomy. So it has limited scope. If you compare it with macroeconomics, microeconomics has limited scope. Then we have partial equilibrium. Now remember students, this little bit difficult term, partial equilibrium and general equilibrium. Two equilibriums are there. Equilibrium means where equality we achieve. Now partial, why we are saying partial equilibrium? Microeconomics is based on partial equilibrium. This may come in objectives also. Microeconomics is based on partial equilibrium and macroeconomics is based on general equilibrium. Now what is it? It isolates an individual unit from other forces and studies equilibrium independently. Partial equilibrium means what? What they do, isolates individual part. As we again and again saying, it is the study of individual units. It isolates economy, it isolates individual economy from the whole and study that whole economy based on certain assumption we assume while proving that. So in law of demand, for example, law of demand. Now you have no idea what is law of demand. In third chapter we will study it. I will just give you one idea about it. Law of demand says that when price starts increasing, demand starts falling. Remember, when price starts increasing, demand starts So while proving this law, there are different factors which affect the demand. It's not always price. Maybe your income is less, maybe you are liking, or you may discontinue with that habit. Lot of reasons are there. So in partial equilibrium, what they do, they isolate that part, individual part. For example, if I want to study the law of demand, and there I am focusing on income of my, only my income I am considering, why income is affecting demand, then that comes under partial equilibrium. And when I am talking about national income, then it will come under general equilibrium. Then we have marginalism. Marginalism is the important. See, these two are important features. Whenever you are writing, you should cover these 2 points. Now, marginalism. What is marginalism? Marginalism is change. Change brought in. Whatever you have introduced, that because of that introduction, what exact change has taken place? Marginal means change brought about in total by an additional unit, and this marginalism concept is very important in decision making also. It helps producer as well as consumer. Consumer will also think that extra unit I have added, will it be profitable for me? Will it be useful for me? Same way, producer also will think in the same manner. So this concept is very important for producer as well as consumer. Marginal means change brought by adding one more extra unit. We have covered the features of microeconomics. Now let's start with the importance of microeconomics. Again, the same point is there, price determination. This is very important point. You can see this has already covered in scope and subject matter also. Then here also we have discussed price determination. Then again, the importance of microeconomics. Now, importance means what they want to tell us, that where exactly microeconomics is useful. The first point is price determination. Price determination, we decide the pricing of goods and services. I have already told you, whenever you want to decide the pricing of goods or services, you have to study the demand and supply. Whenever the pricing of goods and services you have to determine, you have to analyze the demand and you have to analyze the supply. Then it also covers factors of production. What are the factors of production? The factors which help in producing the goods and services. What are they? Land, labor, capital, entrepreneur. All these factors of production, whatever they get returned, reward. What is reward? If I am working, I am getting wages. If I am giving my land, I am getting rent. So I am getting reward of it. So those factors, whatever the reward I have to calculate, for calculation of this, for determination of these, I need to study microeconomics. That's why first point is in price determination, microeconomics is important. Now next point is free market economy. Free market economy, we have already used the term laissez-faire policy. What is laissez-faire policy? It's free from government intervention. What is government intervention? Government interact, or government take the initiative, or we have to work under the government. When it is free from government, then we call it as free market economy. Here, the decision about the production, what to produce, how to produce, how much to produce, all decisions are taken by the producer. Then we have foreign trade. Foreign trade, whenever you want to study the foreign trade, you need to consider gains from international trade. If I am dealing with particular country, I have to find out what type of gains, what type of benefits I am getting from international trade. Effects of tariffs. Tariffs means, remember students, tariff means it's one type of exchange rate, factors affecting exchange rate, all these need to be considered while dealing with the foreign trade. That comes under the study of microeconomics. Next is business decision. Microeconomic theories, lot of microeconomic theories have been introduced, which help the businessman for taking difficult business decisions. Many times this happens that businessman has to take some decisions. While taking such decisions, microeconomic concepts are helpful, are useful to him. Decisions are regarding, some of them are determination of cost of production, determination of pricing of goods, maximization, how to maximize my output, how to maximize my profit, how to determine my goods and services. All these come under microeconomics. When you study, lot of concepts have been introduced in microeconomics which help the businessman to take decision while studying all these things. Then next is useful to government. Remember one thing, whenever government comes, it is always related to public expenditure, or we can say that taxation policy, etc. So let's see what they have given the explanation. It is useful to government in framing economic policies. Always remember, whenever government is there, they have to decide the policies. Then these policies help the government to attain its goal of efficient allocation of resources and promoting economic welfare. Economic welfare, what is economic welfare? Economic welfare means doing best for your society, best for your society. So government, how it is useful? Government has to frame different policies. Economic policy, various related taxation policy, foreign trade related policies. For all these, government needs use of microeconomics, various theories of microeconomics. So it is useful in taxation, economic welfare, and with the help of this, government can achieve economic welfare. Welfare means doing best for your country, for your society. Then last point is basis of welfare economics. It explains how optimum use, remember this word, optimum utilization of resources. What is optimum utilization of resources? Optimum utilization means you are utilizing the resources in best possible manner, in best possible manner. How it is possible? By reducing the wastage. Okay, because resources, we have already seen that why we study economy, because resources are scarce and wants are unlimited. Wants have no limit at all. So welfare, how welfare is achieved? Whatever the resources you have, whatever the country, in your country, whatever the resources are there, with the help of these resources, you have to maximize your output with limited input, without wastage. This will achieve you welfare of the economy. Friends, we have covered microeconomics, definition, introduction part, then features, scope and subject, importance. Microeconomics